Hey gang, Mike with Swimming Pool Services here. Today I want to teach you guys how to operate the controls on the new Utopia series that Caldera Spas is offering. So the model that we're using here is a Tahitian, and what I want to show you guys is just how to operate the various functions that we have in this spa. So when we first walk up to our hot tub, we're always going to show a screen that's not illuminated, and that's simply to conserve energy. As soon as we hit any of the buttons, you're going to see the screen pop up. And so what we're looking at here is our main menu, and what it shows us is the current temperature of the water in the center of the screen. And then we've also got a few menu options in each of the corners. Right now we're showing the top left is memory, on the right all off, and then we have a clean function as well. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you notice a few icons. It says ready and power down there, and what that's indicating is that with the ready icon, it's ready to go, ready for us to use. It's at our set temperature, and the power is indicating that yes, we have power and all of our functions can be activated. You'll also notice the flashing icon there. It's like a little light, and that's just indicating that the lights are currently turned on. So on the top side control panel here, we have 8 buttons. We have 4 buttons on the outside. Each of them have a word on them, and we refer to those as hard buttons, which means that they just have one hard function. Whatever word it says on the button is pretty much what it does. And then we also have 4 buttons inside that do not have any words written on them, and those buttons we refer to as soft buttons. And the soft button means it has a soft function which can change as we get into the different menus here. So each of those buttons, the function they have will correlate with whatever menu option it gives us in the corner of the screen. So we can jump right in here. The first function I'd like to show you guys is the jets. So if we hit that jets button, it does a couple things. It brings up the jet screen here where we can turn all the jets on and off, and also you'll notice it turned that first jet pump on low speed. So we can see right here that jet 2 is on low. If we hit the soft button correlated to that, it turns that pump on high. And if we hit that button again, it will turn it off altogether. And so we can do the same thing with jet pump 1. That one is a single speed pump, so we can turn it on high, or we can turn it off. And then we also have a button for jet max, and if we hit that, it fires up all the jets in the hot tub. So we had everything on full blast there, and the way I was able to turn them off is with the last option we have down here for jets off. We can hit the soft button for jets off, turn everything off in one fell swoop. And so that's our jets menu. Pretty easy stuff. Then to go back to the main menu, all I'll do is hit the back button on the bottom right here, and it takes us back where we started. The next menu we'll look at is the lights menu. And so if we hit lights, it gives us the ability to customize each of the different zones of lighting that we have within the hot tub. So we have lighting for the top side, underwater, the waterfall, and the exterior lights. And as an example, just to illustrate it, we'll only do the underwater lights here. So if I hit the soft button for the underwater lights, it takes us into a sub-menu with a few different options. We've got a dimmer, color selector. We could turn those lights off, or we could go back to the lighting options, which just takes us back to that previous menu. So for the dimmer, right now it's on 3, which is the highest it goes. If I hit that button, it goes down to 2, and the lights have dimmed a little bit. If I hit it again, down to 1, they're even dimmer. And the last time, those underwater lights are now turned off. So we have the ability to brighten or dim those lights, or turn off different sections if we wish to. Then with the color selector, right now we have the loop on, so I don't know how well you can see it, but those lights are constantly changing colors right now. But if we wanted to, we could hit the soft button next to the color selector, and if I wanted to, I could pick blue or indigo, or I could scroll if I like emerald better. And it gives me the ability to scroll, and I can pick whatever color I want it to be. Right now it's on ruby, or now I'm back to loop. So with the loop function, all the lights that are set to loop are looping on the same loop. So they're all going at the same consistent rate. And then if I wanted to, I could turn those lights off as well. And you'll notice, because we're in the sub-menu for the underwater lights, that's the only thing we're impacting. And then if we wanted to, we could hit lighting options to go back, or we could even just hit the back button. It takes us back to the previous menu. And so that functionality we looked at is the same for all the different lighting sections of the hot tub. So then we have an options menu. And within the options, initially we just get two choices. We have temperature and setup. And so we'll go into temperature first. That's pretty easy. So for temperature, a few different things we can do here. We've got a temperature lock. So if I want this hot tub set at 97 degrees, and I don't want anybody to come in and accidentally change it, I could turn that temp lock on, and that way it's going to keep that temperature set where I want it. If I wanted to change it from Fahrenheit to Celsius, I can do that here as well. But then over on the right, there's an up and a down arrow, and so these two soft buttons here are for turning that temperature up and down if I so desired. And so it's kind of nice having the temperature as a sub-menu, because nobody can really accidentally change the temperature. You have to go into the menu to actually adjust it. So the other option we have here is setup. And within setup, we have a number of different things we can do. We have a spa lock, a summer timer, brightness, or more. And in more, we've got an auto clean cycle, language, and auto exterior lights. So I'm going to hit back, take us back to that first set of menus. So first we'll go into spa lock. With spa lock, if we turn that on, what that does is gives us a little bit of security in that nobody can use any of the functions of the hot tub without the proper combination to unlock it. And so right now I can't go back, I can't do anything with my lights, my jets. I can't do anything until I enter the correct combination to unlock the spa. And the way we would do that is with the options and the lights button. And so I just held those two buttons down for about 3 seconds, and that's what unlocks the spa. So now we have all of our functionality back. So I can go back into that options menu and back to setup, and so now it shows us the spa lock is off. Next we have a summer timer, and a summer timer, given that we're in the state of Wisconsin, is one of the only functions that I don't ever have my customers use. The reason we don't use it is because our summers usually are not brutal enough to where we have to worry about the spa being too warm. The summer timer is really designed more for climates such as California, Arizona, Texas, places where it's so hot that we now have ways to cool down our hot tubs if we need to. But for us here in Wisconsin, it's never really an issue, so not something that we ever really use with that summer timer. With the brightness, however, if we wanted to, well, that simply, sorry, timed out on me. What the brightness controls is just the brightness of this screen. So you notice it getting dimmer and dimmer, or at the brightest right there. And then we can also do more. For more, we have language, which we usually just leave alone. Auto exterior lights. If we turn that function on, what that would do is every day, at whatever time of day we turned it on, the lights on the exterior of the spa would turn on automatically. So you can see the lights here. There's a light built into each of the corners on these spas. And so if I were to turn that on right now, every day at this time, those auto exterior lights would kick in and they stay on for 6 hours. And so a lot of people will use that if they want to get home from work and see the spa lit up and it reminds them, oh gosh, let's get out there and enjoy it tonight. So that's a very popular function that we offer. And then we also have an auto clean cycle. So similar to the auto exterior lights in that if I turn that function on, what that's going to do is every day at this time, the jets will automatically kick on. And the idea there is it just gives you some added circulation of the water and some added filtration. It just helps to keep the water cleaner. The more we're able to push that water through the filter, the less we typically will need with chemicals and other maintenance. So the auto clean cycle is a very popular function, and certainly doesn't prevent people from getting in it. It's just the jets going through an automatic cycle of pushing the water. So if somebody were to come out here and the jets were on from the auto clean cycle, not going to stop you from hopping in. You can turn the other jets on, interrupt the cycle if you need to as well. And so that covers the menus that we have with the hard functions. The last two components that we have are the soft options on the main home screen. So we'll start with the all off function. The all off is really nice because if we hit that button, what it does is it turns off everything in the hot tub. And so if we have jets on, lights on, it just kicks everything off. I'll give you a demonstration. I just want to turn everything on quick. Okay, so right now, everything in the hot tub is going, everything's running full blast. If I hit that all off button, one button turns everything in the spa off. So all the jets, the lights, everything is kicked off. Which brings us to another really neat function, and that's in the top left-hand corner here. We have a function called memory. And what the memory button does is it takes us back to the last setting we had active when that all off button was pushed. So here, if I use the memory button, it's going to turn everything back on the way it just was. And so what a lot of people do, as far as our customers go, is they really only ever use those two buttons and when it comes to using the hot tub, because they hit one button for memory to bring all their jets and their light settings back to the desired setting, and then they hit all off when they hop out. So really great way to just be able to press one button, get in, press one button when getting out. Last option we have here is the clean cycle. And with the clean cycle, what that simply does is it runs that jet pump on high speed for 10 minutes, and then it would automatically shut off. And the idea there is if, say, I'm adding some chemicals to balance or treat the water, it's going to be able to disperse and move those chemicals around for 10 minutes, and then it will automatically shut off. Or another instance where somebody might use that is if they had a whole bunch of people in the hot tub and say some food or beverages or maybe something got spilled or introduced to the hot tub that isn't typically there, we could run that clean cycle after everybody hops out, and that would just keep moving the water and try and filter out anything that's not supposed to be there. So that covers the functionality that we have available with the top side on the Caldera Utopia series spas. On the Utopia series, we do have one more option for controls, and that is over here. We have what is called an auxiliary control. And with the auxiliary control, we have the ability to access all the same functions that are available on the normal top side. We can turn on each one of the jet pumps as well as the lights. So if I was in the hot tub long enough and all those features shut off, if I wanted to, I could reach over and turn the jets back on. Or if I wanted to, I could turn them back off if I didn't want them for whatever reason. I can turn the lights on as well if I wish. And if I didn't want the lights, or if I wanted to dim them, I could keep hitting that lights button and turn them off that way too. So a really nice feature on the Caldera Utopia series is that we can control the spa and all of its features from more than one spot in the hot tub. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any questions about controlling your Utopia series spa that weren't answered in this video, don't hesitate to give us a call at 262-544-5500, or you can check out our website as well, and we're able to offer you guys a lot of resources for understanding how your hot tub works. Thanks, guys.